Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming to this occasion. Who would have thought that I spoke to our architects, I spoke to engineers, and our team before we came up here, and this was envisioned by both the superintendent, the county executive, and others, 10, 12 years ago, and it finally got to fruition. And we can thank nothing better to name this campus after Frank Gargiulo. I just want to, I'm going to be very brief. Without the support of our freeholder board that over the years, helped us pass legislation that would be necessary for both the funding and the logistics of the school, we wouldn't be here today. So on behalf of the school, I thank the freeholder board, I thank Chairman Venerian for that piece. I'd also like to thank, and I know Joe touched on it briefly, is our friends in labor. This campus out here over the last 2.5 years has created endless jobs in all aspects, the building trades and a number of other unions. And we put a lot of people to work over the last 2.5 years, and it's a credit to the team, with the HCIA under Norman Guerra's direction and Ted Demaraki. We were able to keep this project under budget and on time and ahead of schedule. So thank you, Norman, and thank you, Ted. I know Joe mentioned former Assembly Speaker Prieto, but without Vinny's legislative help with this piece of the building process, we'd still be here with an empty parking lot, and I thank you, Vinny, for that. When we had a small ceremony out here during the summer, I believe it was July, and we were down the end, and we were passing some memoirs into a time capsule. And each one of us and several other board members had some messages that we hope 100 years, 200 years from now, kids and teachers that come through the school will read them. And one of the messages were, and it sticks with me to today, is that how this school and how all you folks and all the elected officials are affecting kids for the next 500 years, 200 years. So when we're all just a distant memory, there'll be some kids and there'll be teachers coming out of this school that will make Hudson County and the state of New Jersey proud. And last night we had, I'll do a little political piece of this. Last night we had a nice party to honor our great Senator Menendez. And what better way and what better school campus to know that possibly over the next 100 years, 50 years, we could have a student come out of this school that would duplicate the efforts and the dedication that Senator Menendez has. We have a lot of smart kids in this county, and one day, 1, 2, 10 of these kids are going to come out of the school and they're going to make history as an elected official. So the last thing is, Frank, I can't think nothing better to work with Frank for the last 10 to 15 years on the school board. We've had a lot of challenges. We work together. We've had a great board. I know when I first got appointed to the board, a great friend of mine who has passed on now said, Craig, welcome to the board, but you're one day closer to being a former board president. Well, that was 12 years ago, and we've done a lot of things since then. And without Frank and without our board members' support, this school wouldn't be here. Thank you.